Wapaka Radio FM 96.3. Joining us in the studio today, Andrew Whitman from the Save Wapaka Parks and Recreation Department. How are you?
Good, thank you.
And parks keeping you busy. We've got a bunch of different parks across the state, a bunch of different amenities at them, from ball fields to beaches to shelters to playgrounds to trails, and the list goes on. And we've got something new in the works that's going to be exciting for the park system. And that's going to be doing a project at Swan Park to upgrade the playground and add a splash pad. And that would be the first one in the park system. So give us the details of that project. What is going to be the final result if everything comes together?
Sure. Well, hopefully everything's coming together. We've been doing pretty well so far. So overall, it's going to be a brand new area where the playground is right now out at Swan Park. The hope is to include a fully inclusive playground area, a fully inclusive splash pad, a fully inclusive tot lot, which is for kids from 2 to 5, and then hopefully a small restroom near the shelter out there as well, so that families don't have to keep running back to the concession stand. Or with the splash pad, people are going to get wet and have fun, and that'll be a good place to be able to change and do those types of things. So our goal is to have everything fully inclusive. There'll be areas for parents to sit with, some shade structures as well, and just really making it, a great place for the community to be in and be active.
Now, you kept using that key word inclusive. Explain what that means.
Sure. A lot of people see inclusive as, just following the basic ADA rules. To me, it's a little bit more into the group that's working on this. And I've actually been meeting with some playground people that do that type of stuff. And there's so much more to it. There's, people who are maybe hard of hearing or unable to speak or unable to see, trying to create things and opportunities for them and their caretakers as well. So really just looking at the whole aspect. There's actually one playground group that they have something that you can become a national demonstration site, and there's 7 different things that go into that. So it's not just following ADA rules. It's
so
looking at all
a step far
those.
Beyond just the basic ADA.
Yeah, to me, it's definitely a step further than that. And if our goal could become a national demonstration site, I think that would be great. I think it'd be great.
Cool.
Yeah, it'd be great for our community. It'd be great for people looking at our community. And that's another goal of ours with this project, is to have a great place for our community, but also to encourage people to come, visit here, but also to come and live here as well.
You bring a lot of people from outside the area to that park for the different baseball and softball tournaments, and
you bet.
How cool for them to bring their families along, and some can play in the splash pad, some can watch ball and make it a day. So Why this project? I know the playground out there is aging. Is that the main reason for it, or what started this?
Sure. So this the playground out there is definitely aging, and that's a playground that in a normal playground you get 20 to 25 years for it. That's not a normal playground. It gets played on daily, year round. I mean, there's people out there in the winter when I go out there playing on it, and it doesn't just get played on a little bit every day. It gets played on really hard. So we're starting to see some definite safety things that we've had to either put money into to maintain or take away. We've had to take away a slide. We've taken away some of the hanging stuff because either we can't get replacements for it, or it's just not cost effective to do that. And so we started taking a look at this and saying, okay, we're at that point where we need to start thinking about replacing this, and started sitting down and having conversations with friends of Wapaka Parks who are partnering with on this project, and just said, this is an opportunity. How can we look at this and make it the best spot that we possibly can? And so conversations started. We've actually been working on this for about 1.5 years already. Conversations started, and this is what we got to: the splash pad, the playground, the tot lot, the bathroom, and they're on board to help out with fundraising. The city's on board, and we've been working really hard at it, and things are going pretty well so far.
So it's going to take a bit of money to make this project a reality, and what's that total cost?
Total cost for this project is we're looking at about $1.4 million. So there's a lot of logistical work that has to go into it too: water lines, sewer, all those types of things. So The cost is at $1.4 million. We're doing pretty well so far as the city has passed to kick in half of it through capital improvement projects. We did apply for a grant that we'll find out in the fall, and then we're looking for donations from the community as well.
I know you mentioned Friends of Wapaka Parks. They're involved in this. Is anyone else involved, or is that kind of your main partner on this project?
They're the main partner at this point, and it's actually, there's an offshoot of the Friends of Wapaka Parks. It's the fundraising committee led by the vice president of Friends of Wapaka Parks, and there's a few community members in there as well, and they've been just putting in a ton of time and some really good ideas, and really have been very helpful in moving forward. Also, the grant writer, going through that grant, I think it ended up being like 150 pages long for that grant we had applied for. So a lot of people are putting in a lot of time, and like I said, things are going really well so far.
And we think back a handful of years ago to when South Park, when the shelter and bathrooms were replaced and all the work down there, and community came together on that, and that just turned out really nice. And this looks like another great opportunity just to make another park in our community just top notch.
Yeah, and there really are top two parks. I call them kind of our bookend parks, if you think about it. One's on one side of the community,
and the north, and
one's on the other side of the community. And Swan Park is already a great park, but adding this would just be that much more to it. And you think about people who are looking at, like, where do we want to go and spend our money for the day and visit? Well, hey, look at Wapaka. They have a beach, they have a splash pad, they have all these playgrounds, tons of green space, just great. Main Street now, being rebuilt, and great businesses down on Main Street. And so I think we have a lot to say about how great our community is.
So when we look at the project at Swan Park, what can the community do to help, and how can they help? What are you looking for?
Yeah, so right now we're just in our fundraising efforts. So if anybody is able to or willing to make a donation, there's a couple ways that you can do that. We do have some sheets in the office at the Park and Rec that you can come and fill out. But we also take PayPal donations through the Friends of Wapaka Parks website, and that's just www.friendsofwapakaparks.com. There's a link with more information about the project on there, and then there's also a link to donate specifically to this project on that website. Otherwise, people can send a check to the office at 407 School Street. You just have to write that check out to the Wapaka County Natural Resource Foundation, or just put WCNRF on there. But definitely, if anybody has questions or would like to get more information or would like to support this, feel free to give me a call at the rec center. That's 715-258-4435, and I can answer all your questions and make sure that if you're able to help, that you can.
Well, perfect, Andrew. Appreciate you stopping in to get the community up to date about this project. It looks pretty cool, and there's some videos and other information posted online on the city's website, on the Friends of Wapaka Parks website, where people can actually see a visualization of what this is expected to look like, and it's a pretty impressive structure out there.
Well, thank you, and yeah, check it out, everybody, and if you're willing to help out, definitely do so.